What's good, man? It's your boy Juicy J, man. Shout out to Virtual Homework Podcast.
God bless.
Continue.
No, that's it.
Oh, come on. I've done the last three intros.
I just wanted to bless up a little bit.
Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm down.
You know, sometimes we gotta get a little holy up in here.
Holy or holy? You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of both.
Swiss
a little bit of column A, a little column B.
Or heaven. You can only choose one.
Welcome to the Virtual Homework Podcast. I'm Dana.
I'm Sam, and this is a podcast specifically regarding video games.
Unfortunately.
A game played on a video game console.
No, I want Swiss cheese now. Like, do you actually like Swiss cheese?
I do, but I went to a burger place today. I got a turkey burger because I'm a healthy boy. I ordered it with Swiss cheese. At the last second, changed to blue cheese. Huge regret at the time, but when I got it, it was
blue
pretty
cheese
good.
has mold in it.
Yeah, you know what has mold in it?
My feet.
Yeah, some insult directed to you and your family. I regretted it at the time, but then when I actually got the item, it was fine. I didn't necessarily. The thing is, I didn't want Swiss cheese, and I couldn't see all their cheeses, so I just looked at the next cheese that was available, and it was blue cheese. And fuck. But now I didn't want to be the guy who already changed his order, but wanted to change it again while you're it was a whole ordeal. Anyway,
what the fuck? This is like the whitest shit ever. It's like, oh, I'm having a identity crisis thinking about cheese.
Yes,
no, I can't have that cheese, so I have to get the cheese. I feel like no one does, it's only white people as neurotic as fuck who are oh, cheese, I gotta get blue cheese because I can't say the other one.
I understand, but guess what race I am? You're able to see me, but just take a guess.
You're the human race because we're all the same color under the eyes of the Lord.
I mute it in the background, but he's been blasting Earth by Lil Dicky for the last 4 hours straight. It's his favorite song. It's his favorite song. He won't stop playing it. Speaking of
disgusting.
Anyone who unironically plays Earth by Lil Dicky in public deserves execution, honestly. They're too far gone.
In a video game.
I'm going as far to say they're too far gone as a human being. They've officially lost all agency is gone. They don't understand anything.
Most Little Dicky music is kind of what's the word? Not unlistenable. It's
intolerable.
It sucks.
What did we play this week?
So something that actually may or may not suck, depending on who you're talking to. We played the new WarioWare. WarioWare, Touch Yourself or whatever. What's it called?
WarioWare, Jack Yourself Off. No, WarioWare, Get It Together.
We don't even know the name of it. Get it together.
Legitimately, I don't know the name of it because there's 7 WarioWares, and it's always WarioWare blank. And WarioWare Smooth Moves is the only one I actually remember, and that's not even my favorite. My favorite is the GameCube one.
Yeah, the GameCube one's the best.
But okay, let's actually talk about this game. What is WarioWare? Who is WarioWare? Why is WarioWare?
WarioWare is a, I guess, imaginary company that's ran by Wario, I guess. He has a slew of friends who I don't know what they do as a company, but WarioWare is his company. In this game, they're creating a video game, and there's bugs in it, and they get sucked into it, and they need to fight the bugs through a series of different levels and stages and challenges that are in traditional WarioWare form, 3-second long mini games. That is basically the concept.
So they call it micro games. Each individual game only takes a second to complete, and they have their own individual theming. So it's watering a garden or doing very simple tasks, but it's basically just moving from left to right or shooting something on the screen. Reaction based mini games. I can't really say that any of these mini games aren't reaction based. It's find the objective in 1 second and then complete the objective in the next second.
Or fail.
Yeah, that's another way to do it. But do we really fail? Because honestly, I found this game, unlike its predecessors, to lack any sort of challenge.
Yeah, it was kind of easy. There's an option if you fail, the current level or mission, you can fail 3 times and then you have to start over, or you can pay 100 points to continue going. I didn't do a single continue through my entire playthrough of the game, even the last boss.
Okay, well, I did some continues. Okay, maybe you're more of a god gamer than me, but I honestly, so WarioWare is The thing is, I'm gonna sound like a poser because like I legitimately
You literally
am.
said this game has no challenge, but I use the items that make it not a challenge.
No, okay, I didn't use them that much. Like I used them like
Okay,
2 or
okay,
3 times
okay.
total, and I
Okay.
beat the campaign and I did a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, but
okay.
what I'm trying to say, okay, stop going. Oh, okay, in the background, it's distracting me. What I'm trying to say is I'm gonna sound like a poser because I've only played a couple of games in the series. I've played WarioWare, like the original one for GameCube. I know it's actually not the original, but the original came to GameCube and GBA. I played the GameCube version. I played the Wii version, and now I've played this one. But even so,
I played the DS one, the GameCube, and the Game Boy Advance one.
Okay, I think I've actually played the DS one, but I've only played it like once or twice. I'm not going to count that. But
It's really fun.
WarioWare is a great series, and I'm not going to say it's one of my favorite series. I think that's where I was originally going with this, and I think
It's something you forget you enjoy, I think.
Yeah, but like in my mind, I'm comparing this game to the previous 2 entries in the series, and like I feel that this game simultaneously tried too hard to differentiate itself from the previous games, and also just like was a mediocre version of the original games that I played. Like I don't know about you, but I thought this game was purely mediocre.
It was all right. I mean, I had fun with it. It was super chill just to lay in bed. I had a different experience maybe because I had my new Switch, so how I was able to enjoy it like drastically increased my...
Yeah, as your first real Switch game, you're like, oh my god, this is a revolutionary experience.
Well, because like I said last time, I was literally able to lay in bed just like with one hand up, one hand down like that, just like so comfortable, just like beating the game.
Now imagine if you got your like Switch that you currently have, but like the launch title, like you're playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. That would be like it would
really
blow my
cerebral.
fucking mind.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, WarioWare it's a fine game, but like I feel like this game. The thing is, I'm not gonna say that the original game doesn't have flaws. This game doesn't have like this game has flaws, but that's not necessarily something that's like super surprising. The main flaw I have, so the differentiating factor I feel in this game versus I haven't played the last couple games, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but the ability for each character to have their own power up in a level is the differentiating factor in this game, and I feel like it was more of a detriment than
because I feel
fun.
like there were just characters I didn't want to play that are just like made my experience so much worse.
Yeah,
like basically any character with a vehicle is all I ever wanted to play. Like fucking oh god, the girl with the broom, she's my favorite. I could play her every time. Yeah.
So first of all, like the characters in WarioWare have always been there. This game has more. This game has like 18 characters. The original one had like 9. And then like they just went from there, and like we've gotten to where we've gotten. But unlike the other games where like the characters had themed levels and like you were still like the same pretty much character from level to level. This game
you could play every character.
This game you could the thing is you would play as every character in the previous games, but they would be the same gameplay. The differentiating factor is like this game, each character has their own special moves and you're able to play levels in different ways based on their variety. But there are 2 flaws with this. One is that this game is a reaction-based game first and foremost. So when you have 18 different characters and you don't really know how to control all of them very confidently, and you're also being randomly given the next character to play a level, when you play a level that has 3 seconds to actually do it, and you're like remembering the controls of a character, it makes it harder. It makes the challenge more frustrating because you're failing. No, it's not be better. You're failing because you just don't understand the controls because you don't have any reaction.
The controls are like jump and move.
No, but
like
there are certain characters
character
that you would never choose, and if you do choose them, like you're like, oh, what does this do again? It's like all of a sudden you fail a level because it's like, oh, I had 4 seconds to do that. And I forget.
Have you ever done what's it called, like the human benchmark thing?
I have, and I feel like my reaction time isn't as good as some people, but like still, I feel like it is an inherent flaw in the game when it's a reaction-based game, and they're like, there's no standard. But that's the main flaw I feel in this. And then the second flaw is that because these are differentiating power-ups that you can play from character to character, and there's 18 of them, there's an obvious difference in power-ups. And that's what you were saying. Like, certain characters are better than others.
Well, it's like, basically, I wanted to play any character that could fly around, like, freely. Whereas, like, any character that was stationary, just... I have a cardboard box on the floor, and Doodles is going nuts on it.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? You okay?
No,
Well, Dana's distracted. I want to say, like, yeah, any character that is, like, their position is
or
fixed.
It sucks.
They suck. And it's not even like a slight advantage and like a just normal. It's like
It's a
certain
massive
characters,
advantage.
certain characters like you could beat a level 100 times in a row, and certain characters you might be able to do 3 times in a row before you fail because of the reaction time. So like, yeah, that's a problem from a gameplay perspective because the gameplay is varied and where like if you get lucky with a certain character, you're able to beat a level in a certain way very easily. But then it's also unrewarding to, and maybe I'm biased because I'll explain why, but it's unrewarding to previous fans of the series when the character you like has a terrible power-up. So,
well, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character in the original game where I played 100%, like every single opportunity I had to play them, I would play them, was 9-Volt. And 9-Volt in this game goes left and right, and they just go... It's like, do you ever play that one arcade game where there's like a ball in the sky and you have to hit it with a thing and then it separates? It's like actually an amazing arcade game. Now, I forget. It's actually on SNES too, right? I forget the exact name of it. Shit,
I forget the name of it as well.
Buster Bros, also called Pang. Pang is the arcade port. Dope-ass game. But yeah, like... Pang does not work in this scenario. It makes the game harder and it makes the game less enjoyable. And I'm just trying to have fun with my favorite character, which I still maxed out.
Yeah, I feel like there were too many characters and stuff like that. I kind of wish they went with like the old formula and it would just be just as fun. Now the thing about the game is that the physical story only takes like you can beat the entire game in like an hour.
Or 2
but
hours.
like the actual, I think like the after game is actually super, super fun. Like there's a lot of different modes and things that make the game really good where you're trying to get like high scores and things like that. And you can actually get items from getting certain scores, and then you can get like random like gacha loot boxes that can augment and make your character stronger. You can unlock new skins, things like that. You can kind of get your team ready and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty fun. I think their end game is actually a lot better than the actual game.
Oh, so the thing is, like, I think that this is probably the best value in a WarioWare from what I've seen, just due to the fact that like most WarioWares have an end game that like there really is no point to it. Like hypothetically, if you're playing the original GameCube WarioWare, like there comes to a point where all you can do is like get the max level on every single mini game, and that's just like not fun, and it doesn't reward you at all. And why would you do that? And like that kind of continued on until we got to this, but I before I get into that, I just want to go into the campaign a bit more. Like, I feel like the main reason why I liked WarioWare games in the past is, like, due to the campaign. And, like, this was the weakest campaign I've ever seen in a WarioWare game.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like anything. Like, the different levels didn't feel as different because I guess the story at each zone was basically the same thing. It's like, oh, there's a bug with a new character and you're saving them and you're just forced to use that character.
Not only that, because every single level unlocked a new character, it almost felt like a tutorial more than it felt like a story.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a story. It was just like a tutorial every single time.
But the main thing that really upset me is like my favorite parts of the original WarioWare game is that like the bosses were legitimately fun, and like I feel like the bosses were not only extremely easy in this version of the game, but they didn't really even like relate to the characters at all. Like at a certain point, like you play the same boss twice, the Grape Boss. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, and it's just like, all right, there's no difficulty. Granted, the very, very last boss in the game is pretty challenging to do without using any continues.
And to be fair, like there is like almost like a bossing mode in the like post game, not the online version that we're gonna talk about in a second, but like there are some modes you could play with people. I honestly don't have any friends. Dana's not my friend; he's only my colleague. So we didn't play any. WarioWare online, so we can't really comment on that. But there are a couple modes that you could play. But yeah, well, let's go into the actual post game for this. Like there is essentially a challenge mode. I think the challenge changes every week, and you're able to unlock costumes for each character, basically, or like postcards from each character.
You can actually unlock a couple different things. It's like, for one, you can do skins. You can make characters stronger, so you get more points from doing things to get higher up on the ranking and stuff like that. You basically like pimp out your little team to like make them stronger and stronger and stuff like that. It's not necessarily something you notice immediately in gameplay. It's just you're getting more points from doing things in your gameplay, I guess.
Yeah, but because this is the first game to take advantage of online and the competitive aspect in WarioWare, I feel like it does have legitimate longevity where these games didn't have in the past. Like, people who legitimately enjoy WarioWare are going to be playing this and trying to get their characters not only maxed out, because this is going to take fucking forever.
Yeah.
But Like I don't know, like I people who are super into WarioWare have their own sort of community to stand on. The thing is, that's in concept. I'm saying this, but in my head, I know that this game is going to die in a month. Like I don't see there being.
I mean, do you see yourself ever playing this game again?
I see myself playing other WarioWare games before I want to come back to this game.
Yeah.
You've never played WarioWare Smooth Moves, right?
No, I've only played like one other like WarioWare game, but Ashley is my favorite character.
My favorite character, 9-volt, 100%. But my favorite character, so the most enjoyable character I played as in this game, it was Mike, who is a robot. He's kind of OP.
What does he do again?
He shoots up and he can move anywhere.
Oh yeah. He's all right. I still think Ashley is the best character.
Ashley is the witch. And
yes.
I don't know. Dana has a waifu
forward.
problem. So
I actually really like Orbulon. Orbulon was fun to play with.
So I had a ranking of characters. I had 9-volt, and then I had Orbulon.
Well, are you talking about which ones you like to play with, or which ones?
I'm talking about in the original game.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about in this one. Because I don't remember any of the characters.
In the original game,
I literally haven't played original for like 10 years.
It was 9-volt Orbulon, and then like that one professor that was like half robot, but he sucked in this game, so I never wanted to play him ever. But
I hated Master Mantis and Lulu and Penny and like all those characters.
I hated like almost every single character in this game except for the original ones I liked. But like I don't know, like WarioWare. So WarioWare the original is my favorite WarioWare based on personal experience. Actually, that's not so. But the most fun I've had is in the Wii version. I feel like the Wii version, when you actually had to use motion controls, was
that sounds like something that'd be way more fun when you're just like I was like I'll scrub the wall. And you're like
like I remember like they had I it's probably not exactly it, but you had to like put it on your head and like dip like one of those like water birds. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, the aesthetics of this game is pretty cool. In, like some of the games, like the little animations that happen after them are super funny and like comical and traditional Japanese, like, weird humor.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like I feel like every single this is weird to say, like the graphics reminded me of like Mario and Sonic during the retro sections. Like there's some weird like 2D HD graphic like cutscene graphics that like it's adequate, but it doesn't really feel like anything. Like I don't really feel like I'm getting anything out of this. It feels lifeless in a way. And I felt like a lot of the cutscenes here is like, yep, these are just well-drawn 2D
so
sprites.
Did you
but they're
not
uninspired.
enjoy this game?
I enjoyed it. Like I would probably call it a 7 out of 10. Like
that's basically like that's still like a really good rating. I guess I'm a little bit more biased because I was able to experience the first time on my Switch, like a real Switch. So that probably puts it up to like a 7.5 or even an 8 for me.
So you think this game is better than the original Psychonauts?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bad opinion, but I'll allow you to have it. Like I don't know.
I think that I guess because I don't have a frame of reference. Like I didn't play a shit ton of WarioWare, so it's like you seem to have a lot more of an attachment to this game than I do.
I have an attachment to the original game, but like the more I think about it, I don't really think I'm a WarioWare series fan. Like.
I love these like
common.
I love like super short reaction, like think on the feet. Because I mean, like I said, I raid in WoW, I raid in all these other games, and that's all like it is just like thinking dynamically, like having to react like in the moment type shit.
No, but like I feel like that's actually a relatively common like way to look at a series of games. Like you enjoy one of them and like you keep playing them and like you don't really necessarily get what you want out of it. Like I'm coming at this more from a nostalgia from the GameCube era than I'm coming at this as a WarioWare fan. And I think I'm realizing this as I have this conversation. But hey.
Well,
it's enjoyable
shit
enough.
Happens.
And this game is discounted. Like it's
Is it really?
It's not $60, it's $50.
Oh,
Congrats.
I think this is like a really cool $30 game, I think though.
I think $40. I think $40 is so adequate. It feels weird, and like I know this is hypocritical of me because I'm like, oh, games should cost more money. But when a game costs a lot of money, I just expect more campaign. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like this doesn't have a whole lot of it. It seems like a lot of the work was put into like the end game. It like you said, the campaign just left me kind of wanting. It's like, all right, you play through it, new character. I didn't even think about it how you said it. Is like the best way to say it is that the entire game just feels like a tutorial.
Yeah, I like it's bad to say what I said if you're like a Call of Duty fan. Like when you play
Man,
$60
some of those
for the new Call of Duty.
Some of those Call of Duties have pretty good campaign actually.
No, I remember I played the Call of Duty 4 campaign. I liked it.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like they've gotten worse over time based on apps. Didn't one of them they go to space, like Call of Duty Ghosts or something like that?
You must save the moon.
Yeah, that's basically WarioWare.
I mean, that's closer to WarioWare. Yeah,
Well,
if you like WarioWare, if you have a Switch, if you can get your buddy to let you borrow this game, play it. I can't. I don't know if I can give like the go get this right now. You need to fucking play it type thing. But like, it's probably a fun party game if you like have a bunch of people playing it with you. I don't know.
I mean, kind of unrelated, but it's very difficult for me to not recommend any game on Switch. Like every single game is like it's on Switch. Just you get it. Just
why
get
not? Because you can just
Why-
play
yeah.
it on the Switch.
Play it while you're shitting upside down in the space shuttle. You can do anything you want.
Do it while shitting.
That's sure.
So
There we go.
that's the rating. Like you can play this while shitting.
Yeah. Out of 10.
Out of 10. So what else is new?
We should buy guns. You and me.
No, I'm not a gun. I'm not a gun guy.
You're not a gun. That's correct. Congratulations on finally realizing it.
I'm not a weapon guy.
Tell that to little 14-year-old Dana wanting to buy a sword from an anime convention.
I never ever wanted to buy a weapon.
Legitimately, someone sold me a sword at an anime con when I was 13. That was a terrible idea on their part. Why would they do that? I thought I was so lucky at the time, and I realized, no, I just talked to an idiot who sold a 13-year-old a weapon, a lethal weapon.
No, they sold you something that they paid $11 from China for $175.
Yeah, but the lawsuit on their hands when a minor slices a person to death.
Why was your parents allowing you to be there by yourself and buy a weapon?
Was that a sentence?
Yes.
No, the con in question, I think a reactor allows people above the age of 13 to be there unsupervised. But like, yeah, there's still like, just because you're allowed to be there 13 unsupervised doesn't mean you could just walk into the hentai panel. There's like things you could not do at an anime con. Like,
yeah, you probably shouldn't be able to buy a weapon. That was kind of like a bad move on their part.
Yeah, it was a terrible move. I was just like, my dad said it was, I literally, that's my excuse. Like, yeah, I shouldn't sell you a weapon. You're under 18. I was like, my dad said it was okay. My dad didn't say it was okay, by the way. I just showed up at the house with a sword.
And what'd your dad say?
It's like, what the? My dad doesn't swear, so he's like, what is that? I knew he wanted to say, what the hell was that? But
my mom, I was like born with my mom swearing. My mom used to be like, "You cocksucking son of a bitch." Me and my brother would start laughing because it's like, you're the son of you. You're calling yourself a bitch.
Were you born with a sword? Were you born
Yes.
studying the way of the blade?
I was born of the blade.
Sounds painful.
I gotta get a inflatable thing to inflate my Gucci mane. Like, you see that brown on the side of my camera? That's
Gucci?
That's
That's
deflated
Gucci?
Gucci
I hope he
mane.
doesn't have a hole. He has a hole. He can
Just-
use it for another purpose. But what else is new?
Did you watch the Nintendo Direct at all?
I didn't. I was busy during the time, so I wasn't able to do it. I just caught up. I caught up with the news.
I didn't look up at any of it. All I saw was like someone in my Discord linked their like fucking they're doing a Super Mario movie and Chris Pratt is fucking Mario, and one of the Key and Peele they're doing like Toad. Like it's ugh. It doesn't look like it's very good.
I don't care about the casting. Honestly, I feel like I'm in the minority with this. Where like if it's an animated movie, because it's an animated movie.
animated?
It's
Oh,
an
it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It'd be way worse if Chris Pratt was like, "I'm Mario," but no, he's just
That's
voicing Mario.
But even if they're voicing it, it's just like I don't know. It's just gonna be super cringe. I
don't
hate
know,
live action shit.
Well, it's not. So there we go. It's fine.
Well, like live. I guess not
live voice acting. What are you talking about?
Okay, just take random people I've never heard of, and I'll be a lot happier.
I don't. Who cares? Who cares if it's like legitimately? If I'm immersed in a story, I forget that the person.
I'm Chris Pratt. I'm Mario.
The difference is like if it's
pizzeria.
Like the thing is, I know this is more of a positive example. That like if it's Danny DeVito and Gilbert Gottfried, I can tell who they are.
I just hate Chris Pratt.
But like when you're watching Toy Story and you listen to Woody, do you think it's Tim the Toolman from Home Improvement?
No.
Yeah, that's who it is. I forget it. Well, who is it?
Well, it's like I feel
guy?
like actors don't do voices anymore. They're just like, I am Chris Pratt.
That'd be an amazing line in the Mario movie if they did that, though. But I don't know. I feel like this is a non-issue that you're trying to...
Oh, yeah. I'm just
the thing is, I just thought it was hilarious,
sounds...
though. I saw some screenshots where it's like, Chris Pratt as Mario. And it's just like this like insanely serious face shot of like Chris Pratt. It's like, I didn't think Mario had to be hot, man. Okay? You could
To be
chill.
honest, I'm just hopped up on Red Bull, so I'm just like combative and like ready to punch a child.
What if it was like, you know that one like Chad image with like the huge bulge?
What? I just pretend I don't know things for like.
Okay, so
comedic
you do
effect.
know it. I don't have to start.
You're just like,
looking it up and,
you ever see that one image with the dude with the huge bulge?
You just wanted me to like look up like Chad with bulge and then just go to Google Images. I understand where you're coming from here.
Like
but no.
the Chad versus Virgin thing?
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. One of these that I'm thinking of has the huge bulge. Okay.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that, and like it's just like if it was like that, and it's like starring Mario, and it's like that's what really the headshots reminded me of, because they were in black and white and they were I don't know, they were just way too serious.
I get the meme. No one else is gonna understand, but I get it, because it's just so funny, because like you have to like explain a meme. There's like 7 layers to it. Like it's like hieroglyphics.
Yeah, legitimately, that's how E became a meme, right? Because like memes got more simplified, and all of a sudden you're just like posting Lord Farquaad with the E.
It's
and
like
as a joke.
E.
Yeah, there we go. Meme historian. Mario movie looks fine. Let's actually talk about more Nintendo Direct though. So
I didn't see anything that happened. I don't know what got announced, released. Like
the thing is, I always get really frustrated right after a Nintendo Direct that I missed, and that it's legitimately difficult to find
anything, right?
Yeah, because there are websites that compile it, but they skip out on information. It's like, why would you compile it and then not tell me anything? So, okay, so Bayonetta 3 is coming to Switch. That was a Wii U game. I don't care about the Bayonetta series, but I know a lot of people are super happy because they never expected to play it. And then N64 games are coming to Switch Online.
Okay, that's huge.
So there's a caveat and another thing announced. So they also have an official Nintendo Switch N64 controller, which is going to be dope, because if they could actually get that set up with an actual N64 somehow, you have OEM parts.
I think people would be super excited for that, actually.
So let's start with the main information here. Nintendo 64 games are coming to Nintendo Switch. Sure, these are not new games, but the quality of games that are coming to Nintendo 64 is insane, in my opinion. So first of all, we have all the titles that people care about. We have OOT. I don't remember anything else.
I like how we just saw the list and you're trying to fucking remember. It's like
OOT, Super Mario 64, Star Fox, OOT again, because I'm bad at listing these. Mario Tennis, like legitimate good titles that people care about.
Fantastic fucking games. I've never played Winback. I always saw that, but I've just never played it.
Literally never heard of that in my life. But you've also never heard of Sin and Punishment. We had a conversation about this earlier.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Legitimately,
I mean, it's all the heavy hitters, you know.
Yeah, and not only are these games coming to Nintendo Switch, but like other games in the Nintendo Switch Online library, they're coming to online as well. And sure, you might think, oh yes, Super Nintendo games are currently online capable on the Nintendo Switch, and no one ever plays them. But I feel like there's a fundamental difference between wanting to play, let's say, what's a 2-player SNES game on the Nintendo Switch?
I can't even think of something.
Two-player Super Mario World on Nintendo Switch,
sure,
versus 2-player Mario
Kart 4-player Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, you're in your bed facing people, and obviously, if you're doing tradition, you have to be cross-faded after 7 drinks and 4 bowls, playing Mario Kart 64 in your bed, puking. But still somehow managing to go.
From experience?
Absolutely not. I would never do
like, because
anything
I'm thinking like Star Fox 64. Their multiplayer modes are super super fun. I'm thinking like if they add like GoldenEye later, like this to me. Well, they probably actually can't because of the license. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but they said games are coming. I know Paper Mario is coming, and that's probably my favorite game for the Nintendo 64.
Well, they can't do GoldenEye because that's like a license.
No, I understand that. But they have Banjo-Kazooie, which actually, now that I think about it, holy shit, they have Banjo-Kazooie. That's a rare game.
Well, it's not yet, but if you look at games that are coming, yeah, they have like Pokemon Snap, F-Zero X, like fantastic, Kirby 64, like you said, Paper Mario, Banjo-Kazooie, like this is huge to me. This is super huge. Something that even took me even more off guard that is completely out of left field is they're actually adding fucking Genesis games to the Switch.
I'm actually
Genesis,
not as
Sega.
surprised about this. I feel like Sega will do anything to get their games on other platforms before Nintendo gives a shit about their older titles. Like, you've seen time and time again on the PC, how many Genesis games, how many Saturn games, like, everything is playable on except for, like, some rare Dreamcast games that are in, like, like weird states of IP ownership.
Well, Sega is cool because they're like, hey, like, play our games. Like, we think they're cool, too. We just don't have the money to, like, do anything with them. So if other people do them, cool. Which is, like, if people make fan games of Sega games, like Sega literally comes out and was like, yo, this is fucking dope.
Well, that was like literally just a meme. I forgot what 3 companies. One was Sega, one was Nintendo, and I think it was Valve, or Steam, Sega, and Nintendo, and like Steam was like, oh, you made a fan game, put it on our store. And then Sega was like, oh, you made a fan game, come work for us and make an actual game. And then like Nintendo was like, oh, you made a fan game, here's a $3 million lawsuit. So,
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I'm not surprised that all these Genesis games are coming to Nintendo Switch.
And they're
like,
good ones.
It's a good list. You have Echo the Dolphin, which is my second favorite Genesis game after probably Vector Man.
Yeah, Vector Man 1 and 2 slaps.
I never played 2. I feel like the Genesis just wasn't my system, so like I don't have like a lot of nostalgia. But
so
like, the games
my,
I played,
my
I do
babysitter
genuinely
had one. So it's like every single morning my parents would drop me off at my babysitter, and I get to play like video games for like 2 hours before school. So
it's pretty dope. I mean, that's like all of this. Yes, it's important news, but me coming at you from a speedrunner perspective, from a collector perspective, Dana doesn't know shit about collecting. He's the worst. The biggest news for me is that we're having manufacturing again. And yes, these are ported so they work on the Switch. We're getting manufacturing of N64 and Genesis controllers from Nintendo.
Like, it says they look and probably feel OEM like.
So have you used a Super Nintendo controller from like a SNES Mini or something like that?
Yeah, they don't feel awful, but they do feel. They feel about the same, a little bit different.
It feels about the same. It is slightly different. I feel like it's just made of a slightly different plastic. It's probably going to be something similar to that regard. But
which is fine.
I feel like speedrunners, especially on the N64, have been struggling for so long to get
good controllers.
Yeah, to get good controllers. Like they're going like, and they're getting like, there was that huge Kickstarter campaign for like Smash players, especially on the N64 for that like steel stick. I forget what the name of it exactly
people
was.
are still waiting for those. Like they ordered them like 3 years ago, and they're still waiting for their steel sticks.
I'm not surprised. It's a Kickstarter campaign plus all these delays. Like I'm surprised if anyone gets any product made on Kickstarter that was expected to ship.
Plus,
in like
if it's made by a gamer, you don't really trust anything a gamer says.
Yeah, but like, sure, I feel like it is a waste in a lot of people's eyes to take apart N64 controllers that were brand new built and like put them in original N64 controllers. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to be moddable.
No, it makes sense.
They actually, the ones that they're making right now seem wireless, so I don't know.
I wonder if you could take shells from like original Nintendo 64 controllers and just like slap them on these like with the innards, because I mean like they have like different colors and stuff like that. Like that'd be. I'm super hyped for this, man. Like I actually want the Genesis one like a lot. Like that looks super cool. Like I want to play Phantasy Star fucking 4. Like I've never been able to play that game because that game's actually super hard to find. Or Castlevania Bloodlines, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes. Like fuck this. I'm flabbergasted. This is some of the coolest news ever. But the caveat is that this is going to cost more money on top of the already.
And they haven't said the price. And I know why they haven't said the price, because they're looking at us. They're looking at us like literally.
It better be like $2.99 or $5.
No, that's the thing. They're looking at us. We're gushing. We're gushing from not just their mouths, from other places, and they're gonna see all that gush, and they're gonna be like $100 a month.
They see all that gush.
They're gonna be like $100 a month for N64 capability.
I don't know. Like if this is like additional $2.99, I don't see too many people being that pissed. Because how much is Switch Online right now?
They don't see people being that piff.
That pissed. How much is
that piff?
I don't know how expensive Switch Online is. I just pay for it, and I don't know.
It's $20 a year, so $2.99 would be over doubling the price.
Oh, so yeah, they'll probably do another year thing. So it'll probably be like $30 a year for all this.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
still.
That. I don't actually want this, but I want this from like a theoretical, like chaotic world perspective of them saying like $100 a month. I want to see what happens. Like, I want to see the nerd rage.
A penny per second of play.
I want to see the nerd rage at $100 a month. I want to see them be like, you know who I'm talking about, like that one guy. I'm not talking the angry video game nerd. I'm talking like the third brand offshoot, like Irate Gamers World on YouTube with like 35 subscribers, but he still has been making videos since 2007. I want to see his reaction to $100 a month.
Is that essentially what we say? It's essentially us.
No, okay, we have 55 subscribers. Okay, we're big time. We're taking advantage of the shorts.
Did we hit
algorithm.
100K views
No,
yet?
we're like 85K. We went from 80 to 85K in a week. I'm sorry. We're going to get there soon, but not soon enough. Mr. Demands
that's still pretty cool
over here. All right, well, I want to say that was the main thing about Nintendo Direct. There were some other things that I don't give a shit about. Splatoon 3.
I'm actually looking at some things right now. Like I see, Splatoon 3. I do not give a fucking shit about Splatoon. I see like the Monster Hunter. I hear it's fun. Not my thing. Chocobo GP, that's something I'm actually excited for because I played Square Enix Kart Racer like way back in the day and for PS1, and it was super fun.
I know a lot of people are super excited about that, but PS1 game, I never played it. I watched a speedrunner of this game. So one of my favorite speedrunners of all time, Paul Gio, he speedruns this game. I think he's a world record holder, and it's super dope speedrun. I like watching it. Disco Elysium on Nintendo Switch, that's cool. But I already have it.
Oh, he speedruns Disco Elysium?
No, he speedruns Chocobo GP on PS1.
Oh, for PS1, okay.
His name
this
is
is like
Paul
a new
Gio.
one. This is a new one.
I moved on to a separate topic. I was saying my friend Paul Gio speedruns Chocobo GP. He's good at it. He's world record holder. I like watching him. And then I moved on, Disco Elysium coming to Switch. That was the announcement. But that was already kind of known. They just have a release date now.
Castlevania Advance Collection, that's pretty cool. Have you played like any of these games?
I don't really care about Castlevania. There is a card-based...
all so... Like, every single one of these games is like a masterpiece.
I thought this would be interesting to you, but you can let me know what you think. There's a card-based RPG called Voice of Cards coming to Nintendo Switch. I think it's by the same person who made Nier Automata and Nier. So,
which is something that I've been wanting to play.
Yeah, what do you think? I know you've seen the trailer.
For Voice of Cards, and like I said, I just think it's a cheap excuse to do less animation and shit. It's like, oh, look at this cool art style.
But it's cards. You play card game.
Not really.
You're a card gamer.
I collect cards.
Yeah,
I play Magic. I play Magic Arena, and I used to play Hearthstone.
You're not frisbeeing your graded card onto the field.
No, like this just looks it's not my thing. So I did play. What was that game for GameCube that you used cards? I forget the name of it. It was like an RPG.
Lost Kingdoms?
Probably, yeah. I rented it one time. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, Lost Kingdoms from Software. But I don't know. It's not for me. New Kirby game. I haven't played a Kirby game since like Dreamland 3. That was a good one, but Kirby's just not my thing.
I like Kirby games.
Sorry, 3D Kirby's not my thing. And I know that there's actually new 2D Kirby games.
Yeah. I haven't played. I never have actually played any of the 3D Kirby's. If this is like a fucking Mario Odyssey type thing, it might be kind of cool.
Mario Odyssey featuring. I mean, honestly.
Well, meaning like a 3D open world, platform.
No, but when you think about it, Mario Odyssey is kind of like Kirby in that you like suck up all the people in Mario Odyssey with the hat. But actually, looking at this trailer for Kirby, it legitimately looks like Mario Odyssey. Have you played any Mario Odyssey? I know you own it.
I haven't yet, no.
You're such a bitch. You're such a tiny bitch boy.
I mean, one of my favorite games of all time is Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2 for the Game Boy. Those games are fucking amazing.
And then I think the last thing we didn't talk... Okay, so there's two things. No one gives a shit about Project Triangle Strategy, because no one gives a shit about Project Octagon.
Oh, isn't that the game that had like... It's supposed to be pretty good.
It's supposed to be okay.
See, what's so annoying is I looked up this article like we just said. It's like, oh, look, everything that's been released. And then it's like, you just named like 5 things that aren't even in this article.
Yeah, it's kind of a bitch. And then the last thing, Metroid Dread, I don't give a shit. Do you give a shit?
Which one's Metroid Dread? Is that the 2D one?
The new 2D Metroid. I'm sorry to say I don't give a shit.
I have it pre-ordered.
I personally don't care about the Metroid series. I never have.
You just hate like Castlevania and Metroidvania games.
I don't. There's legitimately a lot of Metroidvanias I like.
But like these games are like how do you not like these? Have you played them?
No.
Like, have you played Super Metroid?
Yes.
It's a banger of a game.
Got bored in an hour.
I hate you.
Metroid Fusion. Got bored in an hour.
I hate you.
Didn't we play a Metroidvania we liked?
I liked fucking
Hollow Knight, worst game of all time.
It's one of my favorite games ever.
I'm the only person who hates that game.
Literally, it has like flawless reviews. It's like considered like a perfect game. And I'm
okay,
so
I don't
excited
hate
about-
the game. That's the thing. That's a misnomer. I just didn't like the game. I could appreciate it.
I think you would have liked it way more if you played it on PC.
Cyberpunk Big Titted Adventure was basically a Metroidvania.
No. I forgot about that game. What was that? Sense a Cyberpunk Story. Why'd you make us play that again? Because we were searching Cyberpunk. We
Yeah,
played
I
like
guess.
4 Cyberpunk games in a row. We get
And they all
get in
sucked.
themes
Every single
sometimes.
one was bad.
I had fun with the OG Cyberpunk. Like I think it is a fun but super flawed game.
Yeah, but you didn't beat it. You didn't experience what I experienced.
Yeah,
You
were.
didn't
I remember you being
experience the
upset.
pain. Anyway, do we have anything else?
Anyways.
Do we need to talk about anything else? I feel like we've gone on for like 75 hours about Nintendo Switch.
There's like more. Oh yeah, fucking Family Guy.
Yeah, okay, let's
Talk about
actually
that.
talk about this because this matters to my heart. Not that it matters to society as a whole, but Family Guy will no longer air on Adult Swim. And I understand that, like, I haven't watched Adult Swim since, like, 2010.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about Family Guy in this situation. I wasn't thinking about watching Family Guy. I haven't watched Family
No.
Guy in
I just
probably a
thought
decade.
that Family Guy is, Adult Swim is just not something for the current generation. It's just very like yesteryear type thing, you know? Like I think so fondly of it, but it's like it's just something that's not there anymore, you know?
But the concern is, I was just like, oh my god, they are going to kill adults. Like, I didn't care about Family Guy. I care about Adult Swim. And you can't take Family Guy away from Adult Swim because then they lose 3 hours of content a day. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, even in their prime, when they were a legitimate network that people watched because there
It was
wasn't such
still
thing as streaming.
Family Guy,
It was
yeah.
Family Guy for like literally. It was like 4 episodes of Family Guy and then like 2 Futurama. I'm sorry, it was 2 Futuramas, 4 Family Guys, and then like some random shows at 3 a.m.
No, they would play. They'd play like King of the Hill. They'd play American Dad.
Okay, it doesn't really. The argument is basically the same in that they use these large network shows, but like it was mainly Family Guy.
Yeah.
They legitimately played like 4 Family Guys. Like Family Guy was the staple, and now they're
Yeah,
down
it'd
to
be like
like
2 Family Guys, something than 2 Family Guys.
yeah. What are they gonna do? How does
I
Family?
don't know. They're trying to make new shows, and I just like see them, and they're like, they're just like trying to emulate like edgy, like shit from like back in the day, but they can't go all the way anymore because like they'll get canceled. So it's like,
Well, one show they made was like didn't Oni get a show? Oh, sorry, Psychic Pebbles got a show. The YouTuber Smiling
I'm not
Friends.
sure if that was that on Adult Swim.
Yeah, it was. Smiling Friends just got greenlit by Adult Swim. So
What is their like viewership even like anymore? I bet it's terrible.
well, I like legitimately there is no TV viewership. Like it's
It's all old people
well, it's not even that. Yeah, oh yeah, all old people are watching TV, but no old people are watching Adult Swim.
Watching Adult
it's
Swim,
entirely streaming. So I don't really understand the business model. Like
they're really stuck in between a rock and a hard place because old people are the only people watching TV, and no one's like you said. Their young people aren't watching TV, so it's like they're trying to like syndicate to like what audience.
So I mean, the thing is, I have every single streaming network because I don't know, I like wasting my money and time. But HBO Max has like nearly the entire Adult Swim collection. Like I watched like a bunch of Tom Goes to the Mayor episodes, and I was super happy because I haven't seen those in forever, and that's like all on HBO Max. Same with Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like I feel like they have a hub, but it doesn't have none of these networks have the same ring that they used to. Like I don't really no.
I mean,
no
that's the future.
The thing is, like, me falling in love with Adult Swim content was me staying up past my bedtime when I was literally like 10. And I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm watching Adult Swim on my TV in my room.
I would just be getting so fucking high and just watching this shit for hours.
When you were
people.
10?
Well, when you were 10, I was like 15.
When I was 10, you were like 45. So hilarious. Anyway, yeah, like Adult Swim had like a legitimate like behavioral impact on me. It was like I like had an emotional connection regarding my watching of Adult Swim, and you did too in a different way. You had a cerebral experience.
Well, it's like that I had it on literally in the background of my gaming from like 2005 to like 2011, probably like 2014 even, just like in the background while I'm gaming on my computer, like just every night.
And like now the equivalent of like me watching Adult Swim at 1 a.m. on a school night in middle school for like a kid today is like a kid on his iPad watching hardcore porn at like 1 a.m. Like that, like
No, they're watching like Roblox sex.
The stakes have escalated so insanely high that like Adult Swim just doesn't cut it anymore. So like I don't really understand where Adult Swim can go from here. They had a good run, but I don't see Adult Swim.
It's just one of those things of yesteryear that's just gonna fall to the wayside due to the changing times. Times are changing.
And I'm gonna shed a tear.
I'm gonna drink a beer.
What else is new?
What else is new? What else is new? How many tabs do you have in Chrome right now?
No, okay, so I'm gonna show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What the
I have 6. What tabs? No, I have 6 windows. Each one of those has about 20 tabs. So
why?
I guess I don't need 2 James Millward tabs. I'll admit that. Look at this man. You trust that man with your life, right?
No. Like, what do you mean? There's like -1 people I would trust my life with. I'd probably trust you with my life, to be honest. Like, I feel
hypothetically, if I was like, oh my god, I just drove my car into a lake, I'm drowning in Kenosha, and like the call hangs up, would you drive up to Kenosha even though I didn't tell you the lake?
if I had like some sort of location and it's like a generalized area where that lake was or
Kenosha.
something like Lake Michigan, like
I'm in the geographical center of Lake Michigan, 100 miles off the coast.
yeah, exactly.
Drowning in my car. Can you save me?
Why is your car in the geographical center of Lake Michigan?
Sick jump, man. I went up that ramp. I went up that ramp at like 3,000 miles an hour.
GTA 5 style. Oh, man.
Dude, Evel Knievel was like so weak. Like he jumped the Grand Canyon, but he couldn't even jump Lake Michigan.
All I can think of is the Touch the Sky music video with Kanye West, where he's like trying to go off the rocket and he dies.
I just think of that one scene in The Simpsons
good song.
where he jumps the gorge and then hits.
On the fucking skateboard.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks he's so cool, and he's like, and then they have him in the ambulance.
Yeah,
and,
the
like,
ambulance
all
part's
fucked
the actual funny part where they hit the
and then,
tree
and then
he
hit
goes
the
back down.
tree. He's like rolls down. He's like,
That's like actually legitimately probably my favorite moment from The Simpsons, like ever.
My favorite is I'm trying to think why they got like transferred to an island. And they were trying to escape, and there's like a giant bubble chasing them, and then they just like pop it, and then the people that were like orchestrating the thing, they were like, "Why would you think a bubble would stop them?" And the woman's like, "Shut up, that's why." Makes me laugh.
That was the funniest part of The Simpsons.
Or another
Nondescript
one
bubble
is
episode.
when they go to Brazil, the monkeys are like trying to eat them. They're like, "My blood is like sugar to them."
That was a pretty good episode. I don't remember that moment, but
Or they're like, "We are making a dance. It's so sexy. It's called the penetrada. It will make sex look like a church." I used to be a huge Simpsons fan.
everyone was. No one is arguing that The Simpsons didn't rule back in the day.
Seasons 3 through 8 and particular episodes up to season 12. Everything after that, I have fucking no idea.
I searched Simpsons popping bubble and just a bunch of Funko Pops come up, and it makes me really upset.
I'm sorry.
I don't think The Simpsons were ever funny. No, okay, actually, I can't even make that joke. I love The Simpsons.
But it's like, when was the last time you saw an episode of The Simpsons?
I'm a
It's probably
simp
it's
The
probably
Simpsons.
at least a decade since you've seen an episode.
The last episode of The Simpsons I watched was randomly on TV, and Homer began to bedwet. That was the episode. He started bedwetting, and it was like him trying to not bedwet. Legitimately, this is the episode. I'm like, this is a terrible show. I don't want to watch a show about a grown man bedwetting. Like, there's nothing funny about this. I'm upset. Homer, stop wetting the bed.
I think they did with the South Park route where they just like ran out of ideas, so it's just like pop culture shit. Homer wets the bed. You're gonna get some really nasty, deviant art shit.
So, How I Wet Your Mother is the name of the episode. That name makes me want to gag. Season 23, episode 16, original air date.
Season 23?
And that's original air date 2012, so that's like 9 years ago. That season 23 is.
They've just been cracking out shit. Dude, look at this one ass hair.
That's cracking out. Looks like the boot of the Mediterranean. Hello, Italy. coming out the Dana Mediterranean Sea of your forehead.
It's enough of that.
That's enough weird Mediterranean references.
Fuck.
It's back. Fun fact, How I Wet Your Mother is the third least watched episode in The Simpsons history. I don't know why I watched it.
I imagine.
I don't know why I watched it, but yeah.
Can I talk about things that actually make me happy for once?
No, yes, you can, but if this is third least watched, I want to know what the first least watched episode is.
It's like both the episodes. It's the Brazil episode and the Bubble episode.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Except the Brazil episode is legitimately funny when he's like on the gondola, and I remember that episode. Tassels, etc.
Yeah, they're like over the knee. Or when they go to Japan, that's another really good one. Also, when King of the Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna say the King of the Hill episode in Japan is one of the best episodes of TV of all time.
Yeah, it's so good. King of the Hill is like I'm not even gonna say it's an underrated show. It's just fucking fantastic show.
I agree. But at the same time, I have to derail it back to the original point that Bobby Hill playing DDR is the most culturally relevant moment of all time.
She's like, dancer.
So, at the time, it was the third lowest, but now it does not even crack the top 10 of least watched episodes ever. Like, they're all... 2015, My Fair Lady February was the least watched episode. Okay, no. This article on the least watched episode of The Simpsons came out in 2015, and the number one least watched episode is the day it came out. So I think that just the newest episode of The Simpsons.
This is a terrible article.
Well, no, it's not that it's a terrible article. I think the point is the newest episode of The Simpsons is going to be the least watched episode of The Simpsons.
Well, yeah, because it hasn't been reran 700. Where are they even playing The Simpsons anymore?
FX, I think. I don't know, Fox.
Who the fuck watches FX?
I think this was known. The least rated or the lowest rated episode of The Simpsons was the Lisa Lady Gaga episode. Lisa Goes Gaga, where Lady Gaga comes to Springfield, and like it's a tale in inclusivity and friendship. Sounds really funny, right? Sounds really, really funny.
Sounds super stupid, and I'm over it. And like I said, I haven't seen an episode of Simpsons for probably like 15 years, and I imagine there's maybe 2 episodes within that time that would make me want to kill myself in a video game. God, I love your shirt so fucking much. Your shirt.
The black is better than the white.
It looks like that looks sharp. Like it's obviously a meme, but like that shit looks fucking.
For those who are audio only listeners, when I'm talking about color supremacy, I'm talking about the Supreme Shrek collab.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say? Yeah, it's Shrek Supreme collab. He has a black shirt with like a green Supreme Shrek logo, and it's actually
it is way better than the white one. I had to get both because I'm not just a hype beast, but I'm also I'm more like Shrek fan than hype beast. It's more important.
Genuinely a dope shirt though.
I should get every color. I should collect them all. Kind of like your Pokemon cards. Frame them. Put them
I will
on my
eventually.
wall.
I have so many Pokemon cards like out of view. Like I could just like lift up. I have like piles of Pokemon cards. You got Bay right here.
There are like cosplays of Bay. Did you call her Bay?
Yeah, Marnie is Bay.
I'm sorry. Do you know that she is not real?
Yeah.
And even if she was real, that she would want a Chad gamer. Hey,
Yeah,
you're a
that's
Chad.
fine.
You're a
I just
Chad
think-
gamer.
I just think she's cute. That's all.
You're a Chad gamer.
I'm not like one of those people who are like, oh, my wife can.
You don't have a carved out hole and a fleshlight inside your anime body pillow. Don't hesitate. That's not good.
No, I don't.
That's not good.
It actually has Mao's painting at the top of it.
Yeah, so.
You should see what's behind Mao's painting. It's covering something.
Yeah, it's.
I get up on a ladder.
That's interesting.
Okay, so you want to hear what actually makes me happy?
Well, I think I just did. But what else makes you happy?
So right before this podcast, when you were like, oh, I got to set up some shit. I was, for the first time, you have a Shrek glass?
Oh, okay. So I actually legitimately forgot I was wearing this. No, okay. I didn't even mean to get this glass. I legitimately didn't. So I went.
His hair is actually like I'm about to cut this shit off.
Content, homie. But anyway. No, I went to Shrek the Musical, and they had, like, a specialty Shrek drink, and I didn't realize that it was, like, you got to keep the glass at the end, so I just have Shrek. I wasn't buying the Shrek merchandise at the musical.
Dude, you're like a Shrek lord.
I am a Shrek. I have a Shrek hat too. I have a Shrek beanie. I don't have.
I have a Shrek beanie too.
Yeah, but to clarify, Supreme made a beanie in the Shrek collection. I do not have that one.
Ooh, wait, you get it?
No, I don't. I don't wear beanies. Actually, I do. I have one beanie that I wear in winter, and it's dope. But I'm not gonna.
Are you a hoodie person?
I'm not a hoodlum.
I'm excited. I'm like wearing a hoodie right now. This is my favorite hoodie. It's from. Can you guess where it's from?
Uniqlo, because you said it.
Yeah, I like almost did. But it has like it's like fucking super soft on the inside. It's like super comfortable.
Shoutouts to $10 hoodies. Anyway, what makes you
this
happy?
Isn't $10. This is like a $40 hoodie. Oh yeah. So right before this podcast, I only had like 10 minutes. I started up fucking Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I saw that opening cutscene, and I actually like a tear came to my eye, like unironically, like holy shit! It felt so good to watch.
He cried.
I was so happy.
He's no longer. He's no longer happy.